Let's get this straight. Men notice beauty. That's a given. They might glance twice at the supermodel in the room, sure. But do you know who they stay up thinking about? Who they imagine building a life with? Who they quietly choose over and over again? Not the one with the perfect body, but the one who does this one thing. This isn't about being prettier, skinnier, or trendier. It's about tapping into the part of a man no amount of makeup can reach, his emotional core. And once you learn how to do this, you'll never compete for his attention again, because you'll already have his heart. Hey, beautiful soul, welcome back to the channel, where we go beyond dating games and dive into the real psychology of what makes a man choose one woman and only her. Now, society loves telling women that beauty is the prize, that if you're not a size 0 with perfect lips and flawless skin, you'll always come second to the hot girl. But let me drop a truth bomb. Men fall in love with how you make them feel, not just how you look. They may be biologically drawn to curves and symmetry, but when it comes to loyalty, long-term love, and I can't stop thinking about her devotion, that's a whole different game. And the secret move isn't about being the hottest, it's about being the deepest connection he's ever had. Let me show you exactly how. Men are wired to seek more than beauty. Here's where most women get caught in the wrong race. Yes, physical attraction plays a role. It's what gets his attention. But it's like a movie trailer, exciting, flashy, quick. Real connection, that's the full story he wants to watch over and over again. Most men, even the confident, successful alpha type ones, don't walk around craving more beauty. They see it all day, they scroll past it, it's everywhere. But what they rarely find is a woman who sees past their surface, past their muscles, job titles, and social masks. Here's a secret most men won't tell you. They are starved for emotional connection. They crave to be understood, and they are silently hoping to find someone who doesn't just look good on their arm, but feels right in their soul. Because in a room full of beautiful women, the one who sees his mind wins his heart. That's why men marry the woman who brings them peace, who makes them feel respected, heard, challenged without being combative. So yes, he'll notice the model, but he'll choose the woman who makes him feel safe, grounded, and seen. The superpower he can't resist, being emotionally attuned. So what's the actual thing that makes a man pick you over anyone else? It's not your beauty. It's not even how nice you are. It's this. You are emotionally attuned to him. Let's break this down. Being emotionally attuned means that you're not just listening to what he says, you're feeling what he's not saying. You can sense his energy shift when something's off. You read between the lines when he shrugs and says, "I'm fine." You don't jump to conclusions or throw accusations. Instead, you observe, reflect, and respond, not react. It's like having a quiet radar for his emotional state, even when he doesn't know how to articulate it. That right there is a superpower. Because while other women might compete to look the best, you're the one who makes him feel understood. And let me tell you something, most men have never felt that before. They're used to being told how to fix things, how to lead, how to toughen up. But when they find someone who just gets them, who lets them drop the armor, even for a second, it's magnetic. You become his safe space. And it's not about fixing his problems. It's about creating a space where he feels emotionally seen, not judged, heard, not silenced. Here's how it plays out in the real world. And the supermodel might win his eyes, but you win his trust. And once a man trusts you emotionally, you become the one he compares everyone else to. He starts opening up, he texts you first, then he tells you things he hasn't told anyone, not because you asked, but because he wants to let you in. Why? Because emotional attunement makes him feel something rare, peace. And peace is addictive. So no, you don't need to have perfect cheekbones or a million followers. You just need to master the art of reading him, reflecting him, and responding with empathy. That's what no filter, contour, or trend can compete with. That's what makes a man say, "She's not just beautiful, she gets me." And that's only the beginning. Because if you think emotional connection ends at being a great listener, wait until you discover the one thing that makes a man feel seen for who he is, not just what he does. Up next, how to show him you see him, not just his role. And trust me, this is where the real magic happens. Show him you see him, not just his role. Let's talk about something that most women never realize they're doing wrong, even with the best intentions. Men are often seen for what they do, what they earn, what they fix, what they provide, how strong they are. But very few people, especially women they date, see who they really are. Let me explain. He's used to hearing, "You're such a hard worker. You're so successful. You're such a good provider." That's nice, but it keeps him stuck in his role. It reinforces the idea that his value is tied only to his performance, not his personality, dreams, or emotions. But when you come along and say things like, "I love how thoughtful you are with your words. You're really creative. The way you see the world is different. I admire how deeply you care, even when you don't say it out loud." That stuns him because it tells him, wow, she's not just here for what I do. She sees who I am. You stop being just another date and start becoming the one person who makes him feel human, whole, and wanted for more than his function. That kind of emotional recognition, it's rare, it's sacred, and it's unforgettable. He may be praised all day for his accomplishments, but only one woman sees the boy behind the man, the heart behind the hustle, and that's the one he'll never want to lose. Become the peace he secretly craves. Now here's the most powerful shift of all. Do you want to know what makes a man emotionally bond with a woman for life? She becomes his peace. In a world where he's constantly told to do more, be more, achieve more, where he feels pressure, expectation, and judgment, he's quietly yearning for one thing: a woman who feels like calm, like quiet confidence, like emotional exhale. And no, that doesn't mean being passive or never having opinions. Peace doesn't mean being silent. It means being emotionally stable. Here's how you become that peace. You listen without immediately criticizing. You ask questions before jumping to conclusions. You give him space to think and trust him to return. You respond to stress with calm instead of chaos. Most men aren't used to that. They're used to conflict demands and "what are you going to do about it" energy. But when you show up as someone who doesn't add to the noise, who instead offers relief, he starts associating you with clarity, comfort, and safety. And here's the twist. Men don't stay where they feel excited. They stay where they feel at peace. Because peace is addictive, peace is healing, peace is what he will protect even from himself. So while everyone else is competing to be the loudest, prettiest, or most perfect, you win by being the softest place he's ever landed. Why this triggers long-term commitment. So why does a man actually lock in on the woman who connects, attunes, sees, and soothes him? Because together, those 4 moves flip the switch from chemical attraction to emotional imprinting. Here's how it works. 1, you meet his deepest unmet need. Beauty is everywhere, but genuine understanding is scarce. When he finally experiences it, his brain flags you as rare. Keep close. 2, you lower his guard and his stress hormones. Emotional attunement plus peaceful energy calms his nervous system. Biologically, we bond with the people who make us feel safest. Translation, his body literally associates you with relief. 3, you validate his identity, not just his image. By seeing the man behind the mask, you prove he's worthy without performing. That surges oxytocin, the pair bonding hormone, and locks in trust. 4, you become irreplaceable utility, not optional luxury. A supermodel can dazzle him for a night, but a woman who delivers clarity, calm, and inner confidence becomes part of his life support system. People don't abandon their oxygen tanks. 5, future self-projection kicks in. Once he realizes I'm happier, stronger, and more me when she's around, his long-term brain starts running scenarios, holidays, mortgages, kids with you by default. Commitment stops feeling like a trap and starts feeling like a home upgrade. Put simply, men chase excitement, but they marry equilibrium. When you give him both spark and stability, you satisfy the 2 halves of his psyche, adventure and refuge. And that combination is so rare, he'll guard it like treasure. Thanks for watching.